I forgot that he was bringing me to the book of Job for the entire month, right up until the day of diagnosis. I was fasting. Huh? This is before I knew anything was wrong with my husband. And what a lot of people don't know is my husband went to the VA that day. He always go to the VA for his yearly checkup. He didn't want to switch, so this fool was driving all the way to South Carolina for VA visits. Okay, when he got there, because he never let me come with him, I never stepped foot in the VA with Henry. I never. He wouldn't let me do it. He said, "No, I don't want you in there. It's crazy people, old vets and stuff. They this and that. I don't want you around that." Cool. I never got to go. But guess what? When he got there, they did their little test, and then they saw that his white blood cell count was low. And they were very concerned, so concerned that they wanted to admit him right there on the spot. He had to beg them, "No, allow me to go back to North Carolina. I ain't got nobody here. My wife is all the way in North Carolina. We got one car." Actually, we still had two cars at the time, but still. At the end of the day, he got in his truck and drove from South Carolina back to North Carolina. Now, he didn't tell me this until after the fact. He said that he actually passed out behind the wheel. Okay? He could have gotten a wreck and killed himself right then and there because he was so sick and didn't know it. When you got that type of cancer, you have no energy. It just eat up all your blood cells. You don't have nothing, no energy. I mean, extreme chronic fatigue. And so that's what happened to him. Nevertheless, getting back to my point, God warned me. I didn't understand it because he told me so far in advance. Okay? What were you telling me about Job? I don't understand this, Lord. I don't understand this. I still didn't even see it when me and Sanar was getting into it. I didn't see it. As I was getting closer to God, me and Sanar was driving far and far apart. Okay? Because in reality, Sonara hates God. And that's her choice. That's her right. She can hate God and this and that and that. I don't understand. God gave you a mother like me. A mother that I wish I always had. I was a damn good mother to this little girl. You hear me? She know that deep down inside. That's why she not going to be able to live with herself if she don't get right with God. I'm telling you right now, she's not going to be able to. Because she know. She can fool everybody else out there. But she fucking know who I am. She know what I've done. She knows what I've given. The shirt off my fucking back. I was starving for a whole year to make sure she ate. I lost at least 15 pounds. I swallowed my pride when it got real tough during COVID. Okay? And asked and made a GoFundMe account. Now, who's, first of all, those who know me personally, you know I'm not asking for shit. No, I'm not. I would have starved. But because my child was there, I made a GoFundMe account and I told them, times is hard. They raising my rent. I'm trying to get OT. It's not enough to go around, because they started playing at the job where all of a sudden now I can't get OT. They were just trying to manipulate and control my pockets the whole time. Nobody liked me. You know why? Because they felt like, how the fuck I'm doing all of this by myself? Everybody that I work with lived with someone. They had more than one income in that house. So they looking at me trying to figure out how the fuck am I doing it, knowing that I'm a single mother. Oh, y'all thought I was getting VA benefits? Oh, y'all thought I was getting food stamps? Oh, I could show you the paperwork where they denied me. Because even Sonara School, they were acting like, do I think I'm better than other people? That because I should be on food stamps since I'm a single mom. That's what they kept saying. Single parents. I don't understand why you're not. And they act like I was lying. I'm not afraid or ashamed to apply for food stamps, especially to feed my child. I've been had food stamps when Sonara was younger. I never got food stamps anymore once Sonara got to 5 years old. They cut it off. You know why? Because they said I was making too much. I was making too much fucking money in Oklahoma at $12 an hour. I came back here at $10.23 an hour. They still said I was making too much. They refused to give me the food stamps. Okay. You call 211 right now. North Carolina is shit. If y'all ever have thoughts of coming here, don't. You're not going to make it. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to make it. You better have, listen, I had 2 savings, and before 2 savings accounts plus my checking account, and just started to use my first time credit card ever. Okay? I was doing a damn thing all in 1 year. I'm serious about my shit. When I got it on my mind and I put my mind to it, I'm determined to do it. Platorian Pathfinder. I was reading this last night. Y'all go look up what that means. Okay, that's in my birth chart if we want to talk astrology. Okay? Oh, I'm crazy with it. If I got it in my mind, I'm going to do it, and I don't give a fuck what the cost is. Oh, no. I definitely weigh the cost of every decision that I make. Trust me. I knew exactly what I was doing when I said I don't want to go back to work no more. And people thought I would never leave. Why? Because they knew I loved my job. They knew I was a good worker. They knew I enjoyed helping people in a customer service position. That's me all day. Oh, she ain't going nowhere. She got them bills to pay. All right? So all y'all that sat there and ran y'all mouth because I was having a hard time getting out. Yes, I left. And then I came back. Absolutely. But then I left again. I'm not coming back, bro. And plus, there's nothing else here for me in this shitty-ass state of North Carolina. Facts. Everybody working at the same goddamn place. Okay? Facts. Unless I get out in another industry, get some credentials and skills and whatever. But it's nothing here. I don't like to be where a bunch of corporate is. You see poverty when corporations are around. You see it. Big time. Come to Charlotte. You see them out there. Laying out on the street. You see them. It's an epidemic everywhere when these bankings come into somebody's state. Okay? That's what we dealing with. No. Absolutely outrageous and overrated. That's Charlotte. Don't you come here thinking, oh, I want to come to Charlotte. I want to move in this city. Okay. You better have a strap on you. I'm just saying. Niggas in Charlotte don't care. It's another New York. You know why? Because a lot of New Yorkers are here. You're welcome. They left one city and went to the next. Cities is always going to be crime. It's always going to be overpriced. But everybody want to live in the city. Cool. I lived my ass right over there in Kannapolis. For 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 years, I lived in Kannapolis. Okay? And I was not trying to. Everybody, when I had this job, everybody would say, why don't you move to Charlotte? And look how they did me on the job, though. Imagine me picking up and moving wherever a fucking job is. What I look like, though? Like I'm going to have that job forever. You see how they did me? I'm going to get into it with these big corporations, especially Securitas, because it's time for me to talk about what they did. I got screenshots. I got Teams messages. I got all that. I don't care. And I made sure to put in a complaint to corporate on my manager. Smooth operator. You know that song? Straight up in my face. Oh, okay. While they taking credit for my work, all of it. I asked for a raise and they gave me 50 cents. 50 cents after being there for almost 4 fucking years. 50 cents. Building a whole goddamn training department that didn't even exist. It didn't even exist. Huh? From scratch. I'm going around asking the people for help that's been there longer. Oh, where's the documents? Oh, do we have like official procedures and this and that? Nobody can help me. They set me up to fail, but they don't know who the fuck I am. You don't know who I am. And so because I'm smiling and I'm so great and I'm so nice, you think I'm weak. But it's the strong people that's able to still smile and still love in a world full of hate. They got to be some strong people. Absolutely. I don't know why people look at that as weakness, but that don't make no sense to me. Everybody else to me is docile. They following the beat of the drum. They ain't fighting back on nothing. Well, it's this way. Well, we got to do it. No. But yet they can fight me. They can fight their own brother and sister that's trying to liberate them. Okay, Moses. Okay? Well, what make you know? How, conspiracy theory. You can show them the same fucking news clip that they claim is a conspiracy theory. Here, you don't believe nothing unless it comes from ABC, NBC, okay, Today's Show, all your little media clips. There. Because I actually research. These people don't research. These people don't research, but they want to argue. Because they don't like what's being said. Well, that's the truth of this fucking world. Okay? So when people don't want to hear the truth, and it make them uncomfortable, and they start to fight you, understand them people living in lies, so they can't take truth. Everything about them is a lie. Okay? I live in truth. My truth and the truth of God. I keep saying that. Anybody who know me, I already said what I need to say, but I'm going to say this online, okay? Everybody that know me knows my flaws and my weaknesses, because I'm very vocal about that. I'm not one of those believers who act like, oh, I holy than thou. Oh, I don't do anything. No, boo. Then you don't need Christ. You don't need Jesus Christ. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You straight. You perfect. You walk. Okay, what was Christ there for then? He here for people like me. And I ain't afraid to admit it. Because guess what? Everything going to be revealed. Everything, you know what's going to happen? All the lies and shit that people try to hide on this earth, on the day of judgment, it's going to be right before everybody. Right before everybody. That's it. At the end of the day, this is the next phase of my life and the next journey. And I just want to make it documented. I want to make it known, because really it's a show. It's a show for you guys. It's a show how God gonna show up and show out as he always do in my life. Just only my close people know that. They have watched me time and time again fall, lose everything, get battered on, beat it on, all of this shit. They have watched me and study picking myself up and restarting again. That's who I am. I was literally trained for this. What do you mean? What do you mean? And then my dumbass want to come back in this damn system. That was a fool. Okay, I'm all over the place, but getting back to the fact that I was mad at God listening to Satan's lies. So Satan said to me one night, this is about a year after my husband died. All right? I'm going to be real frank with you. I did not give myself time to grieve or process anything. As a matter of fact, around this time of year, I get real irritable because this is his anniversary of his death on the 29th of this month. I will never forget that date, ever. Okay? So at the end of the day, I was walking for God for a whole year. I went back to work 2 months after I put him in the ground, but I still stayed to myself. Let me tell you how you stand out when you not like the crowd. My supervisor, her name, shout out to John Tia. If you watching this or you still know, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, you a good supervisor. You've always been a great supervisor. I don't know about the Bravo supervisor, because I'm going to just say it like this. Bravo supervisor picked on me and picked on me. From the time I came there, and it made no sense because I was the only one that was actually doing my job while everybody was sitting on their ass. So what you picking on me for? Well, one of my girlfriends said, oh, that's because he like you, girl. I said, what? Are we in kindergarten? Like, I laughed at it. I would have never believed that. He's some Asian guy, all right? I believe that's him today, giving me all these tickets, getting his police friends. Yeah, He was always in competition with me. I didn't know we were in competition. When I came back into the workforce, I started at the bottom because I've been out for a long time, 5 years. I was a housewife for 5 years. So I just had to get back on track. I came in there, he was already my supervisor. Okay, cool. Boom. You picking on me, you this and that and third. Cool, boom. Then we all leaving this place because first of all, they wasn't paying us enough. And we know the company. If you in security, you know Allied stingy as shit. They not paying you what you need. I mean, how was I making only $15 an hour as an armed guard during COVID? I'm telling you right now, bro. I should have been homeless at least 2 years ago, only by the grace of God, because he wanted to show me, since I didn't want to listen, he wanted to show me. And it wasn't just so, oh, okay, I'm going to be homeless. No, he wanted to show me about my fucking daughter, since I wanted to act like I forgot what happened when she was 10 years old. And I didn't trust her. But that's a whole nother story. I'm going all over the place anyway. So went back in the thing. Okay, so my supervisor, Alpha, John Tia, when I started to spiral out of control, okay, this is a year later, I started to spiral out of control. The niggas that was trying to get with me for the whole year, I said, yeah, one night. I said, yes, one night. In so much that he did not believe me because he knew that I wasn't fucking with nobody for a whole year. For God's sakes, I wouldn't even take off my wedding ring and my husband been dead. Okay? That took a lot for me. All right. And so he didn't believe me when I said, yeah, come on, let's do it. He was African with a name like Jeremiah. All right? It's always these biblical names as if Satan wants to mock shit. Okay? When I see these weird things on the news where somebody snaps and kill one of their family members, it's always a biblical name, and then they got a nerve to say God told them to do it because their family member was demonically possessed. You better understand, this is to make God look evil. They ain't got nothing to do with God. Many shall come in my name. This is satanic, demonic behavior, obviously. Okay. Anyway, because I could have very well said my child had a demon and killed her ass right there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay? But at the end of the day, he didn't believe me. I did it. It caused some ruckus at the job because, first of all, never sleep with people that you work with. That is a no-no. You don't play where you work. And I learned that lesson with that site. At that time. However, I'm going to just say this. My supervisor started to take notice. And she called me in the office one day. And she said, Victoria, I'm very disappointed in you. Now, can I just reiterate, this woman was younger than me, but she was very, very mature for her age. Very mature. I mean, John Tia had to be at least 8 years younger than me. Or maybe even 9 years younger than me. But very, very mature for her age. If I wanted a friend today, out of everybody I met here in North Carolina, it would be John Tia. She got a good head on her shoulders. She not about that drama and bullshit and mind games. She take care of her children. She's married. She got a husband. She not about that. And so she, woman to woman, brought me in that office and said, I'm very disappointed in you. Like, what's going on? This is not who you are. What happened? I couldn't do nothing but cry. I wasn't expecting that. I knew it was God speaking through her because she believed too. She believed in God. And I knew that it was God speaking to this woman. And I still was so full of fucking anger based on the lies that Satan told me. Oh, God did this to you. How he gonna, oh, you gave up your life. You did everything. And this how he repay you. This and that and third. I just went ballistic. Every fucking offer that I was getting for that year. I mean, these motherfuckers wouldn't stop. As they won't today. You tell a motherfucker no, they tell you yes. They don't respect shit that you say. And that's just a fact. For me, anyway. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but nobody ever gave a fuck about me saying no. I believe I said this in one of my other videos, but this is a real raw one right now, and I'm being real. So at the end of the day, I couldn't say nothing to this woman, but yes, I know. That's all I could say. Yes, I know. I know. And I still walked out that office and did what the hell I wanted to do anyway. Until I got tired. 3 months straight, and there's that number again. 3 months straight of me going buck wild fool. And it was with the people right there on the job. Dumb shit. Dumb shit. Okay? And so during that time, I have done things I have never done in my entire life. Even in teenage years, none of that. None of that. Okay? I'm talking sleeping with women. Huh? Okay? Because there's a lot of that. Oh, yes, I was doing things that I know was going to piss God off. Because that's just how I felt at the time. And that's how evil we are as humans. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Okay? That's how evil we are. Now, I never sat down and thought about, well, God showed me about Job. Oh my God, he warned me about this. I literally lost my whole family. Okay? I literally had demons coming at me at every fucking angle in my darkest moments. This is when Satan really starts to push in. When he feel like you broke. You broken. You're in a dark place. You're easily manipulated now. You're more susceptible. Because first of all, I believed a lie. That's number one. That's number fucking one. See how dormant my spirit was? God's spirit was in me that I couldn't even commune with God and he's right there? I refused. I went around saying this out my mouth out loud. I ain't walking for God no more. I'm done with it. No, because every time I here comes Satan. I don't want to deal with it. And that's when most of us are fucking cowards, which is why we really won't walk for God. Because we know it's backlash. We know it's backlash. And we're not trying to deal with that. Okay? And that's the fact. And that's what I said. I was saying this to everybody and everything. It's like I was like the way I am now, boisterous about my God, my God. Well, I was the same way in the opposite tone. Okay? Because I'm always vocal. I really be telling people how I truly feel. Sometimes I have to hold my tongue. Other times it just flies out. But guess what? I was a complete opposite when I was younger. I wouldn't say shit. I just let people do. I don't express myself, because that's how I was groomed my whole life to say nothing you say or do or feel matters to us, bitch. You're here to serve us. And this is the same spirit that continues to follow me around every fucking where I go. Okay? I want to know how long this is going to be. That's where I keep asking God. I guess until I learn the lesson. Because, I mean, am I a pushover? What make people do what they do to me? Really? These same people, I see them interact with other people and not one fucking inkling of that behavior that they give me. Why is that? It's something with me. I mean, in so much that even my own daughter decided to do what everybody else was doing. Oh, mommy loves me. Mommy's going to forgive me. She always forgives me. Oh, please, she'll forget about it in 5 minutes. This is how the fuck these people treat me. My own child. Okay? But yet I couldn't forgive God. But did God do anything wrong? Wow. I rebuke that. Did God do anything wrong? Because in this life, you have light and you have dark. And it don't fucking matter. It don't matter. It don't discriminate. Okay? But that was my test. Oh no, I had just gained the Holy Spirit in 2017. What? Did I think that this was going to be a walk in the park? Because that's what the church taught me. The church damn sure don't be preparing people for the real deal. They don't. Oh, it's about love and light with God and rainbows and oh, His mercy and His grace. But we don't talk about that other side of God. The wrath, the judgment, the holiness. Huh? We don't talk about that side. We don't like that side of God. We only like this side. And that's how people treat me. They only like a certain side of me. They don't like all of me. Somebody said I'm like an onion. There's so many layers to me. When they think they got me figured out, here go another layer. That's what somebody said to me. Actually, it was a witch, but she was trying to pry my mind. I mean, I've had so much work done on me. I really should be dead. I mean, from the poisoning attempts to the car wreck attempts to even sabotaging my car physically because their wrecks wasn't working, I guess. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I listened to the lies of Satan. And so I went back into the devil's playground. And did I like what I found there? No. I sit here and try to say to myself, how the fuck did I ever enjoy this shit? Did I really enjoy this shit? Is this really what we want? Or is this what Satan convinced us we want? Because everybody else doing it, fuck it. Did I enjoy that? Or did I just feel used and thrown away? Huh? Because come on now. There was no love. There was no relate. This was, oh, I have fun time getting drunk and I ain't fucking. That's it. That's all everybody do today. Everybody fucking everybody. And everybody is so lustful. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay? When I decided to close my legs to this nigga, okay, who I was dealing with after the whole 3-month charade, this nigga I'm talking about, this particular nigga, I'm going to call him Luigi, but we know, the people who know me know who I'm talking about. This particular nigga came in on the back end. After that 3 months, he came in on the back end. First of all, he hit me up. You know how many people hit me up when they noticed my husband died? I'm talking people I haven't talked to in 15 fucking years. Huh? As if everybody was waiting for my husband to die to get at me, nigga. And they was. They was. And this is what I have conflicted issues when it comes to God want me to do this type of work, but then you're going to make me look like this? I know I blame myself. Like, why would you make me look like this? Why I couldn't be just a regular motherfucker that blend in with the public? I mean, I be trying. A regular motherfucker that blend in with the rest of society. No. So, I bring lust out of people, or is these people already lustful and I'm a perfect fantasy for them? What is it? At the end of the day, this nigga came in on the back end. We were doing the do for a whole year straight. Oh, he was in heaven. You know why? Notice when you start to do these things in life and it's not really who you are, but you just go do it, understand you in a dark place mentally. Because that's the one thing I see. And that's why I make it my business not to go there. That's the whole point of why Satan doing what he doing. I was in a dark place mentally. And so nothing mattered anymore. I don't give a shit, whatever. My daughter gets like that too. She got that shit from me. Oh, nothing matters anymore. Whatever. I want to die. Okay? That's just giving up. Whatever. And so that's where I was. I didn't want to be here. Let me tell you how bad it was. After I have sex with these people, I would cry. They wouldn't even know. I'm in the bed right next to them crying. They didn't even fucking know it. Huh? Grieving. And all these motherfuckers knew that I was grieving. Didn't really process it. Sitting here working, doing this and that third, and snapped within a year. I mean, I did have a emotional breakdown in the bathroom at work. And it was during orientation when I was just now coming in. All because they had a person on one of those screens where they were going through the slides that was wearing the same exact uniform as my husband. I met him in that type of attire, and it was strange to see because this was a different company that I went into. I couldn't dare go to G4S no more. Not at the time. Okay? Because I met Henry at G4S. Okay? So at the end of the day, this is what it is. I was in a dark place mentally, and it showed in those moments. And nobody ever noticed. And then when I just want to turn away and stop and start to come back to my senses, right? Here come Mr. Luigi. Here come Mr. Luigi. I told him on day one, I already knew God was working on me. Or should I say I was working to get myself back to God. And it started in my heart. Okay? I told him on day one, and this is me. I lay it down. I lay the law down day one so you know what to expect. You know who I am. You know what to do. You know what not to do. All of that. I mean, fuck, I give these niggas the blueprint, bro. I'm a very, very easy person to deal with. But when you disrespect, you disregard, and you do your fuckery, I can't take disrespect. For real, because I know I show people respect. I'm very considerate. I go out my way with consideration. More than most folks. That's why they look at me and they say, oh, she easy. She easy. She a people pleaser. Absolutely. And so that's what this test is for. Circling on back. This is what this test is for. To purge this people pleasing bullshit out of me. Because these same people giving me their ass to kiss when they got what they want. Okay? So am I going to please people, or am I going to please God, who never leave me or forsake me, even though I turned my back on him? Real talk. Because so many people in a place right now where they feel like they can't even approach God. First of all, Christ died for us so that we can be able to reconnect back to him. Okay? But at the end of the day, I damn sure, when I tell you, was getting right back with God. I told this man, I said, listen, because again, let me go back. He hit me up right after my husband died. Right after. He was one of the people I had on ice. I refused to respond to anybody with this fake ass condolences because I know their spirit was really jumping for joy. Yes, she's back on the market. Real talk, when my baby daddy could tell me that God killed my husband so me and him could be together? Huh? When we never had a real relationship? When I was put out my house at 17 and had to live with this hillbilly ass family where I have nothing in common with them. White folk who secretly calling me nigga under their fucking breath, but then gonna say, oh, I know that baby gonna be so pretty. That baby gonna be so pretty. The fuck kind of simple-minded bullshit is that? This is the southern niggas that I'm dealing with. Anyway, so at the end of the day, I told this man, listen, this is not going to be forever. I'm going to get back to God. I told him day one, this is not going to be forever. I lay down the law. I already know what you want. So cool, whatever. There will be no feelings involved. There will be no, oh, I love you and all this bullshit. None of that. All right? And you couldn't possibly look for me to do that when my husband was dead. My husband has died in my fucking arms damn near. Okay? Let me tell you how bad that was. Because you want to know what the fuck I'm dealing with? How about watching the love of your life take his last couple of breaths and can't even swallow his own spit? How about that? How about that? Well, they study shoving fucking morphine pills in his mouth. Okay. So this is the type of shit that I was dealing with. And so when I was saying, oh, I already know how it is, no strings connected, this and that and third, he stopped me. Because see, his whole MO is, no, I'm here for you. This is what everybody was telling me. I'm here to help you heal. I'm here for you. I just want you to know you do have someone. Fuck out of here. I said, excuse me, we can bypass all that. No, I was real blunt. I'm blunt. No, we're not going to do that. I know what the fuck I'm doing out here. I know who you are, and I know who I am, and I know that me and you ain't going to work because, number one, this man had a baby mama at home. Now, I met this man 14 years ago. He was in that same situation. 14 years later, I done moved from state to state, got job to job, house to house, townhouse, apartment, this, that, this car, that car, friends, this and that, done got married and became a widow. This man is still. So this is what I was dealing with. I mean, for me, everybody said, why would you mess with him? He a bum ass nigga. Oh, this and that and the third. He trash. Okay? And I said, because I knew him since I was a kid. Technically, I was still very young when this man first came into my life years ago when we first moved to North Carolina. Okay? And so we had a little something at the time. And what I mean something, we would sit there. He would come to my house, drive up there, because I couldn't leave. I had my baby in there. No, Sonara was still a baby. I'm telling you, this was over a decade ago. And he would drive up there. He would bring some little weed, and we'd sit there and smoke in the car, and we'll talk. I vent about my mama. He vent about his baby mama. Same shit. 14 years later, bro. 14 years later, you still there. So you telling me, no, well, we still ain't together. She doing her own thing, dealing with her own men and stuff, and I'm doing my own thing. But this is what it was. He was like, but I don't, I wouldn't bring you around or this or that because I want to keep the peace. This is the bullshit that men would tell you. You hear me? These motherfuckers want the cake and eat it too. They know damn well they in a relationship with somebody else, but yet they want you to open your fucking heart like a fool for these folks that ain't even committed to their own. I'm sorry, because what type of shit would I ever trust a nigga like you? You living with your baby mama, you disrespecting her, you complaining about her, this and that. I used to take up for her all the time. You're not gonna do that. You're not going to do that. I asked that man several times. Let me tell you why people can't lie to me. Because I'm a dream about it. Damn it. And I did. It took about 2 years. But see, after the first year of me and him having sex, this and that and the third, then at night, I would get convicted. So, now I'm starting to hear from God again. Because when I tell you I was completely shut down, I was completely shut down. But maybe I wasn't. The fact that I would cry after every damn type of intercourse I have, maybe I wasn't. I was going through some real shit. Okay? Because that shit should have broke me. And I know one of the last prayers that my husband prayed for, I know it had to be why he know me. He knew me. He wouldn't even let me meet his children because he knew that my heart was too soft for his wicked ass children. Okay? So he tried to keep us away. That's a whole nother story with that too. Okay? With him and with his son, his baby boy, that's a whole nother story. But when I tell you people don't have no fucking love, you don't even have no love or respect for your own father. That you want to come down here. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Going back to this nigga. So I would get convicted at night, this and that and the third. So then it became, hey, I'm not doing this anymore. We can still be friends or whatever, but I'm not having sex with you anymore. Do you know he act a dumb plumb fool? He gonna say, how dare you? Excuse me? I mean, I don't know. See, that's what happened when you open your fucking legs to these niggas. Alright? Like you owe them something. You owe them your goddamn sacred wound. Okay? How dare you? You just gonna just spring this on me like that? We're not gonna do that. I told you from day one. But see, they hear what they want to hear. If it's something that's being said and they don't want to hear it, I don't know how these motherfuckers do it, but they got the capability to block that shit out every time and tell you you never said it. I said, didn't I tell you day one that this wasn't going to last forever? And I kept saying that. As time went on, I mean, I don't even feel like it was a whole year. I'm going to say midway through the year, I kept saying, we playing with fire. We playing with fire. You want to have sex like this? We playing with fire. And what I meant by that is, all right, somebody going to start catching feelings, and it ain't going to be me because I'm still grieving over my dead husband. And nobody can ever replace him. Ever. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. He was a rarity just like me. That's why I'm still so grateful that God brought us together in his last 5 years. I would have never think that there's another person on earth like me. And then in male version, because males is hard to, with their pride, they got a lot more pride than women sometimes. And so at the end of the day, I told this man, he gets all irate, he gets all crazy, and guess what? He nonstop, he continued to try to get my pants, continue to disrespect me. Then gonna say, well, you been doing it. So I heard these words before. You understand me? Same old shit over and over again. You been doing it. So I said to him, okay, if you go up to a recovering crackhead and you tell that crackhead or recovering crackhead, why did you stop? You might as well go smoke again, because shit, you been doing it. What kind of shit is that? But see, he didn't have no fucking respect. Because you know why? I didn't have no respect for me. When you open your legs, these niggas don't have no respect for you. When you don't open your legs, these niggas don't have no respect for you. Huh? This motherfucker gonna tell me, oh, you feel like I'm gonna do all this and that, and then I'm not getting no pussy? What are you doing, sir? You have not paid not one of my bills. Not one. That's the crazy part about this particular man here. You got your baby mama taking care of you as you shitting on her, stepping out on her, because I don't give a hell what Luigi said. I know he was lying. Let me get to the lying part. So, I'll say this is about 2 years later. Okay, 2 years later, after that, I was doing good. I was being celebrated. We get together. Oh, I got the house to myself, this and that, come over to that. Yes, a perfect setup. A perfect fucking setup. And I fell back in with him. So he got me again. Boom. Now this time I'm saying, you know what? You're not going to stop. So therefore, we can't be friends. We can't even be friends. You can't even be my friend. Well, how do you expect me to be your friend? And this and that and third. Now that I closed my legs, he talking about he caught feelings for me. He loved me. Again, this man has never, he watched me struggle as a single mother. Everybody watched me struggle. Everybody. But how could he fucking do anything when his baby mama taking care of him? He can't even be man enough to stand on his own for all the years. This man is like 46, 47 years old, bro. What's wrong? And then always want to yell and scream at some woman. But I sit there and I watch him get punked out at work by men. You see, it always be these type of men that feel like they can just yell and scream and disrespect a woman. You ain't doing that with no other man, though. You be like, yes, sir, all right. And then when you walk away from him, this way he used to do all the time, because we'd be at work on the phone. Then he start talking shit. Well, why they didn't get him to do it? He always asking me. Well, stand up for yourself, nigga. Just like you scream in my face as a woman. Okay? I mean, the things that people have said and done to me is outrageous. And any sane person would say that's outrageous. And they know they were outrageous. They know. But it's something about me that they feel like they can do this, and I don't know no better. Oh, I'm so fucking oblivious. I don't know when somebody dead ass disrespected me in my face. dead ass manipulate me in my face, dead ass taking advantage of my fucking downfalls and my lacks in life. All right, that's why I always speak on that, because it's always been a thing, starting out with my own family. But at the end of the day, this man decided that he loved me now that I closed my legs. Huh? And all this time, this man wanted me to come to his house every night. Sometimes I couldn't even leave work. I had to come straight from work to come to his house. I mean, I still got on my uniform, my gun belt, all of this. I said, well, I didn't even take a shower. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. We'll take a shower afterward. Because you want pussy that bad. This man have a huge lust problem, in so much, this is his words, verbatim. He said every time he closed his eyes, he see pussy. Something is wrong with that, sir. This man got fired from a job. I mean, let's see, 4 years. This man has not been able to keep a job. He has not. I've been on one job for 3 years. 3 years. In that time, this man has had at least 5 to 6 different jobs. This man got fired at work for watching porn on the clock. Now that's a serious problem. You got a serious problem. All he do is smoke, drink, and fuck. And gamble. I forgot about the gambling part. Okay? So, at the end of the day, you love me. No, you lust me. It's what you lust. You love. You lust. Okay? Then you're going to tell me things like, I had a dream that you was raping me. I said, well, you probably love that shit. You was in the fantasy world. He started laughing. Because it's true. That's what you want. You want me to rape you? What type of shit? Bro. Oh, God. People just don't know. Y'all just don't know. All of this that I've been holding in. Waiting for the right time to release this. This is bits and pieces. Definitely not the entire story. And all the people that I have dealt with. The witches. The warlocks. All of these people. Coming in. Trying to take advantage of my quote-unquote grieving heart, to say that I would I'm so vulnerable now, I can open my heart to anybody. I might have opened my motherfucking legs bad enough, but I damn sure ain't opening my heart. I learned how to lock that shit down years ago. If I didn't, it would have destroyed me. My family was the one to put me through that type of training. That's very tough training. Nigga, you talking to a general. Okay. When people can navigate through their emotions and all of that stuff without losing it, you let me know. Okay? Because the amount of shit, I'm just saying. So at the end of the day, what was I saying? So this man decides that he loved me and this and that, so we're arguing and da-da-da. And I'm like, listen, we cannot even be friends anymore. Oh, why you gonna do me like that? This and that and third. Well, can we at least go out with a bang at least one more time? I mean, I don't know. Women treated me like that too, though, in these past couple of years. Okay? How am I supposed to feel as a fucking human when this type of shit has been going on with me since I was 17 fucking years old? Because even at the time, the love of my life, I've only loved 2 men in my entire life. There's my first boyfriend, Peter, okay? And then my husband. My first boyfriend was with me for 10 fucking years. He was there at the fucking hospital when my child was born. He was right there. I lived with him and his family for some time. The moment I decide to close my legs on his ass, and it's because we were fighting, he started to put hands on me. I don't understand how men feel like women can still be wet and get in the mood when you making her feel like shit. We're emotional creatures. I don't understand that. How the fuck anybody supposed to be in some type of mood when they getting their ass beat? But anyway, See, that was the cycle with me and him though. Granted, we started out as babies. So I ain't gonna get too far into that, but it just goes to show I learned a good lesson that day. And the lesson was, in the last year of our relationship, this is 10 years. The last year of our relationship, that's when he started putting hands on me. You think I'm gonna stay with somebody that's been putting hands on me, hands on me, and hands on me for years? No, I'm not. Somebody gonna die, first of all. So let me go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. Okay? I wasn't no victim in the situation because you put hands on me, I'm fucking knocking you in the mouth. Yes, he had a busted lip right along with me, going to run and cry to his mama, oh, this and that and there. No, nigga, no. You don't put hands on me. But he put hands on me. He started showing his ass because guess what? He had a battery in his back. This is the common denominator in all of my situations. He had a battery in his back. Lo and behold, he didn't know I was up. Let me tell you how dirty and trifling about where I come from and how I was raised by wolves. You motherfuckers throw me out, so then he takes me in. This has been an ongoing thing. Like I'm like a ping pong ball, okay? Ping pong, going back and forth between mom and Peter, ping pong, as they keep on talking shit about each other, but yet they always end up doing the same things that one another do. At the end of the day, I'm going over here. Oh, now I'm going back over there. It's the same shit. But one morning I got up. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. And I hear him on the phone. I was sleeping in a whole nother room. That's how fucking distant we were. You hear me? I hear him on the phone with my fucking family on speakerphone. Oh, he just knew I was sleeping. On speakerphone, to be so bold. My entire family on there talking about, yeah, put her ass out. I would knock her in the mouth if I were you, and this and that and the third. Okay, my own family. Now, see, my blood family, however, that's one thing I can say about them. I still don't trust them, but they will kick a nigga ass for blood. Yes, they will. They itching to get into some shit. So all I had to do was pick up that fucking phone and call my brothers. Guess what? They already found out where we live. They ain't never been to Oklahoma before. Never. Okay? But see, when that man saw that I ain't had nobody in my corner, that's what people do to you. That's what they do to you. This is a man that I've been with for fucking 10 years. Nobody gonna tell me about humans. 10 years. And he decided to do this at the last minute. Just like the day where Luigi decided to come at my door after I know him for 14 years. I don't do no random bullshit. I know these people for a long time, built relationships with them. I'm an exclusive type of individual. I don't give a fuck what the rumors is on the street. Okay? Alright. At the end of the day, this man, after 14 years, decided to come to my door, cussing and fighting and kicking my door down. Oh, he missed a big man. The same one that get punked out by other guys on the job. Yeah, that one. That one. Now, all of a sudden, he got all this courage to come up to my door, banging on my door, waking up my neighbors, kicking and cussing and fighting. And I might just go ahead and post that video if you think I'm lying. I still got the video. Oh no. Because in my mind, I feel like I should go ahead and call Miss Dolitha. Oh yes, I did a background check. I already know who's who. And you know that, Mr. Luigi, because you're lucky I'm not calling you out by name. But people who know. Okay? So at the end of the day, that's what people would do when they realize that your own fucking family hate you. What? They probably paid the nigga. Alright, that's not the only men, because I know that Luigi was working with my family too, especially in these last couple of years. This is the thing. They always use these men, plant them in my life to get me into a whole nother cycle because that's what they want from me. How In one instance, you teach the girls of the family, with me excluded, oh, get your degree, get your money. Don't let these niggas tell you what to do. Da 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 da. That's the family I come from. Independent, strong women. But when it comes to me, oh, you can go lay with some nigga. This is what my niece told me not too long ago. I told her I had this nigga named Cliff trying to get at me, and he throwing money at me. Like, I'm telling you, hundreds at a time. Yeah, nobody know that. Nobody know that. Hundreds at a fucking time. Listen, when niggas come out, I'm telling you, especially these dirty bummy ass niggas that think they doing so, oh, I bet you ain't never had. Okay, cool. At the end of the day, you don't know. I don't brag. I don't sit here and tell my business. I don't do all of that. I don't be out in the streets on Facebook doing this and that. No. This man caught me outside of my own house. I wasn't out in the streets. I was going in my car with my daughter to the damn gas station because I refused to walk. The gas station was right around the corner, but it was hot. I wanted to get in my car. I see him out there for a while. I thought he was working with the apartment complex or whatever in the townhomes, fixing ACs and shit, because he had that type of truck with tools and da-da-da, and going in these empty houses and doing something, whatever. So then I come out my house, and I'm going in my car, and then he's like, excuse me, miss. Excuse me, miss. What's your name? Can I talk? I can't explain. So possibly, can I take you out tonight? To the movies or to the park? I have you home. Pretty much, for real. Like, he literally act like, oh, you live here, this and that, third, da da da. And so he pulled out his driver's license to show that, no, I'm a real person. This ain't catfish. This is my name. This is where I live. Da 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 da. And so my thing is, I think that somebody was watching me in that place, because you never know who watching you. I mean, it would be people just staring at me when I come from work every day. I mean, mean mugging me, just weird energy. I don't bother nobody. I keep my head down. I go to work. I come home. I go straight inside. You don't see me hanging out on no porch trying to be seen. You don't see none of that. You don't know if I'm home unless you see my car there. That's it. That's who I was. Okay? So I think that one of those maintenance folks, because it's the white boy, because he been in my house and he seen. He probably said, oh, she ain't got no furniture in here, because my living room was like almost damn near empty. Okay? But I bet you me and my daughter's room was fully set. We don't be downstairs. Ain't no TV down there. I don't care. I don't have company. I don't care for the Martha Stewarts. I want my house to look like this. Fuck that. We got a roof. Keep it moving. I didn't care for things that people care for. Really, I didn't. Okay? We got our beds. We got our dressers in our rooms. Both of our rooms was fully furnished. We got both of our TVs up there. What's the problem? Our bathrooms were set up. Everything. That's it. But he probably told her, oh, that girl lived by. You never know. Be careful, single women. You never know who's watching you. That girl living there, she ain't got nobody. I never see nobody in there. Da, da. Yes, you never see nobody in my house. Ever. If you see somebody, it was Luigi coming over there for 30 minutes trying to just make sure he's still cool with me, trying to play the sides of the fence because he got to get back home for his baby mama say something. 30 minutes. Okay? 30 minutes. And all we do is sit there and argue. That's all we was doing. And guess what we was arguing about? The same shit. I'm not giving up pussy. Just a bunch of unnecessary. He was a energy vampire. I don't care what nobody say. He was an energy vampire. He would just call me just to argue, fussing, because I ain't giving you, so you gonna not give me peace. No, bitch, you can be blocked. Okay, so I started doing that to him. But at the end of the day, Mr. Cliff, he said, oh, where you going? I told him, I said, right here. Oh, well, can I ride with you? Okay, cool. I mean, whatever, it's right here. I mean, we could have walked there. So he rode with me or whatever. And then we getting to know each other more. We exchange numbers. He buys me a soda or some shit like that. And then he hits me up. Now, this man he's like I don't know, like a pecan tan complexion with very, very, uh, what's the word I want to use? His eyes was hypnotizing. I'm going to say it like that. His eyes was hypnotizing. You hear me? This man had some type of hazel looking grayish type of what my mom would call cat eyes, okay? And so he just knew he looked good and this and that and the third. And he was starting to tell me about all these women. Oh, all these women after him. And this woman this and this one. When men sit there and say that shit, I don't believe it. Why you gotta sit here? Because I never sit here if you want to look. People, bro, I'm not even gonna sit there and say that because it's not. I could call these folks. They right in my phone, especially my old phone. Right now, I can hit up 10 niggas that'll give me a plane ticket right now. 10. This is over the years. I'm 36 years old in different states. 10. Because you know why? They know that they ain't never had a bitch like me. Period. Period. But am I? No. Because that's not what I want. Because guess what they want? The same shit that every nigga want. That's it. Getting back to Cliff. So Cliff decides to hit me up and say, oh, let's go on a date. I want to take you out to eat. Okay, cool. We go out to eat, this and that and the third. He's keeping in constant contact with me. I mean, he's giving me money, just things I'm not even asking. I mean, I was just like, I was waiting. Like these niggas tell me, I learn a lot from men. Y'all run your mouth enough. Y'all not about to do none of that shit without something in return. Don't be acting like y'all good ass niggas out here. Like, oh, well, no. A favor for a favor, nigga. And that's just the way the world works. But see, when I do something for somebody, you will never hear me say, oh, where's my shit? Where's my favor? I did this for you. Why didn't? I'm not like that. Because if I do it, I'm doing it out of my heart. If I'm not doing it out of my heart, I'm going to say, hey, if I give you this, you're going to have to, you're borrowing it. You're going to have to return it. Or you have to give me something back in return or whatever. I'm going to make it very clear. I'm not going to play games with people. Okay? And so we went out, this and that, third, blah, blah. He took me one day to the car wash. He's big on cars. Oh, yes. Mr. Cliff have his own car type of dealership type of setup at his house. He said he has his own business. He act like he a fucking millionaire. He kept throwing hundreds at me. I know, not no 20s, hundreds, okay, to show me that, oh, I got money. I'm sorry, sweetie, because if you are a millionaire, then you wouldn't be the first millionaire that I was with. 3 months, baby, 3 months. I cannot take it. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit how much money you have. You better understand the family that I come from and how they've always used survival tactics to fucking manipulate. I don't have time. They got all the money in the world, very comfortable over there. And they will always use that like a fucking carrot, dangling it. That's why I'm so defiant now. So independent now, bro. I can't take this shit. I'm too fucking grown for this shit and I've been through it enough. Facts. And the devil want to keep playing these same games with me. Am I tired yet? Am I tired? Okay. So at the end of the day, Cliff decides that he wants some pussy. I told him straight up, if you think that I'm some sort of prostitute, then you got another thing coming. What about all those girls that you was telling me about that you have? You can easily go to one of them. Why are you coming over here trying to corrupt a good woman? You see, I'm minding my fucking business, nigga. You came to me. I wasn't out here looking for no nigga. To be honest with you, I really wasn't looking for no nigga to be, well, I'm so lonely. That's what everybody thought. Everybody thought, oh, her husband gone. She lonely. Why? Because you lonely? So I'm lonely because you lonely. Well, you ain't got nobody, so you must be lonely. Well, maybe I needed to be by my goddamn self to process and heal. So that was my fault for going out here and doing what I was doing to allow a nigga like Luigi into my life to where he felt like, well, you've been doing it, so why stop? How dare you? How can you do this to me? Knowing that he leaving me going to lay down in the bed. No, they were literally living together, sleeping in the same bed together, and he want to tell me that they not together. It's been like this since I known him. Since I known him. But I could really see that girl getting real tired of Luigi. I would. They would get into it all the time. I would. What are you doing? She out there busting her ass taking care of these children. You kept putting babies in her knowing you ain't had shit to take care of them with. You got the load on her. And you can't even be man enough to keep a goddamn stable job? Huh? Then I've watched this man several times sit there and borrow money from his own sons. That's something I could never do, bro. I can't even go to my parents, let alone I wish I would ever go to my daughter and ask her for shit. And I told her this from day one. I'm trying to set you up so you can leave me the fuck alone and I can go live my life. I said it just like that. I want you to be self-sufficient and independent. Now she gonna see how important that was, since she wanted to just disregard. Yep. Now you under somebody else's roof. You gotta take their shit. You gotta You didn't want what I had for you. I know this, boo. I done walked this and still walking it. So now it is what it is. Oh, you getting financial aid. Y'all need me to fill out papers for financial aid. A bunch of fuckery and false document. Listen, that's okay. It's an investigation. That's all I'm going to say. It's an investigation. Okay? And everybody going to get caught. If it didn't happen already, because I know what I seen. Now, at the end of the day, where was I? Because I was all over the place. Where was I? I went to Sonara, but I'm going back to Luigi. So I told Luigi, yeah, I got really Cliff. Yeah, I'm going to go back to Cliff because it was something that my niece said to me. I told my niece about Cliff and how he expected me just to be a prostitute, pretty much. You know what this bitch said to me? Well, if he paying your bills, I don't see what's the problem. Huh? I got a fucking teenage daughter here. And you saying it's okay for me to prostitute myself in front of my child. I'd rather my child watch me struggle and pay my bills on my own than to sit there and let this nigga come up in the house. Mind you, he talked about all these 50,000 other women. Who am I playing? Oh, well, as long as I'm getting my bills paid, child. Knowing that man was never going to commit to me. Oh, no, he looked too goddamn good. He let you know it. I don't like men like that, nigga. Why are you telling me? Then y'all never want to hear about the niggas, right? You never want to hear, but you want to tell me about the women. I don't give two fucks about the women because my heart is not in this shit. You came to me, nigga. Remember that. Okay? So at the end of the day, they come in, they act like they did. So this is what this girl told me. I'm like, but you don't do that. Your mother don't do that, and my mother didn't do that. So why I always gotta do it? Like, that's what they saw me as. I was just some fucking Cinderella in the family, which they kept hidden. And if anybody would to notice me, they would speak all manner of evil about me. Okay? That's how they always been. In hopes that what? I will marry some rich man and then pay everybody's bills? Oh yeah, I had a sister that already did that to me in Oklahoma. Everywhere I go, I'm pimped out by everybody. Pimped by corporations, pimped by people, pimped by family, pimped. Okay? I'm just some fucking hoe. What is a pimp without a hoe? I'm just saying. Facts. You doing all the work and they taking the cut. Huh? And you the one losing in the end. Losing your fucking integrity, losing your mind, losing your value, losing the walls of your pussy. I'm just saying. Letting some motherfucker come up in here, stretch you the fuck out and doing all this crazy shit, knowing damn well that they not for you. in any type of way other than fucking and getting their rocks off and feeding their belly. Whatever the flesh feel good to the flesh is what it is. I am a fleshly desire, I guess. Okay? And in reality, I hate my own flesh. In reality, I'm self-disciplined. It is because of these niggas why I vanquished the spirit of lust in me. It's because of them. They make me hate sex now. Huh? It's no value in it to me. For a temporary 5-second goddamn euphoria? I'm sorry. With all the pain and the dumb bullshit that come behind it, I'm sorry. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And that's why me and my friend Kurt is still good friends today. I have never met, especially a man, that is so self-disciplined like that, because when Kurt say he ain't dealing with it, ain't no pussy that good to be dealing with it. Ain't that, that's what he said. And I agree on the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay? Because when people just out for games and play, it is what it is. So, getting back to Luigi. Luigi, I told him no, this and that. He was on block for like 4 months. He would come pop up at my house, leaving flowers at my door. Now, first of all, let me tell you something about Luigi. Luigi was very stingy when it comes to money or anything. It's not like I ever asked, but all I said one night, it's like, damn, you want me to keep coming to your house every night? You don't even put gas in my car, nigga. I'm already driving 30 minutes to work every day. This is when I was working at Tuck. This man would not let me out of his sight. I was like, do you not have a job? He used to work and driving cars around the city and shit. Do you know this man would come sit at my site and watch me all day? He felt like me and my friend Kurt had something going on, child. I mean, he's not the only one. He's not the only one. My own family thought me and Kurt had something going on. I don't understand. So, men and women can't be friends without fucking? I don't get it. Me and Kurt proved that shit. Kurt had many chances to fuck me. You hear me? From the nights of us being drunk and partying and going to Carmela's, the bar, and doing all this shit. Me spending the night at his house. He spending the night at my house. We going to the movies. Kurt has other friends. Kurt loves to go out. And he just be looking for people. Hey, what you doing? Da, da, da. So when he's at his last resort, he'll call me because he know I don't like going nowhere. He know I don't like going nowhere. He's like, oh, it's time to get you out the house. You don't do nothing. You don't go nowhere. Da da da. Okay, and we go sit up in the movies and act a fool. That's it. No. Oh, everything has to be fucking. It has to have something somewhere in there. That's just not making no sense. What? Then people started to say, well, it's because he's gay. It was either that or, oh no, he truly got feelings for you. He ain't make the move yet. When the fuck is he gonna make it? It's been 5 fucking years. When is he gonna make it? Anyway, so getting back to Luigi. Luigi was on ice. Luigi did everything to try to make me believe that no, it's more than sex. Okay, I understand now why you don't want to have sex. You don't want to have sex because there's no feelings involved. But I love you now. You see what I mean? Just the dumbest shit ever. Nah, nigga. I'm not trying to have sex with nobody I'm not married to. That is considered fornication. And I know you don't give a fuck about God, but I do. And I fear him. I fear him with a very wise fear. They said that's the beginning of wisdom. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Obviously. You know why? Because I know better. I'm held to a higher standard because of what God showed me and told me. Because of my understanding of his word and his law. I cannot do it, bro. I just can't. And these motherfuckers don't care. So then he becomes all engulfed with God now. Now he's playing the guy. Oh, God this and God that. And well, you don't think God put us together? If I hear that shit one more time. No, boo. God didn't put us together. The devil did. Okay, sweetie? The devil was driving me to come on and take you off of ice and start this bullshit with you because I wanted to prove to God that I'm mad. What kind of bullshit I was on, really? I was mentally fucked up. Fucked up, but still somehow functioning, paying bills, raising my daughter, showing up to work. I mean, I don't get it. I don't know. I was just, God had mercy on me, but he ain't gonna have mercy on those who took advantage of me in that state, though. He's not. He's not. He's not. God knew what I was going through, which is why he warned me prior. He knew I was going to have a Job season. He knew that. I didn't know that. Okay? Mm-mm. So at the end of the day, this man tried it. We were getting to arguments, this and that and the third, until he just wasn't getting it no more. Did he ever stop? No. I would block him and he would continue to call, generate these numbers as fast as I block him. He just would not stop. Let me tell you how bad it got. It got so bad that when he couldn't find nowhere else to get in touch with me, do you know he went hunting for my friend, not his friend, my friend Kurt. He always had some type of issue with Kurt. Why? Because Kurt was a stable man. Kurt ain't got no children. Kurt ain't got no wife. Kurt ain't got no kids. Kurt ain't got no fish. Kurt ain't got no dogs. Kurt got VA disability. Kurt got goddamn a whole job. Kurt got plenty money. He deal with stocks. Kurt got it all. He got a life. He's stable. He's everything that this motherfucker is not. And so he feel like me and Kurt got something going on. First of all, Kurt ain't gonna choose. Okay, let me tell you about Kurt. Kurt don't choose women like me. We got too much baggage. He don't like younger women, particularly because of the children and the baby daddy issues and the fact that she wants somebody to take care of her and her children. And Kurt not doing that. Kurt was so serious about that he went and got a vasectomy last year. Oh no, he for real. But I didn't understand it because I'm like, Kurt, you barely deal with anybody anyway. So for you to go get a vasectomy, it just scared him so much that he might get somebody pregnant, child, because he know these women be out here trying to trap people. Men too. That's how I got trapped by my baby daddy. Oh yeah, men do it too. Absolutely. That hillbilly motherfucker thought that if he put a baby in me, that he would have me forever. It didn't work out. So guess what? He gonna make me pay by raising my child by myself. Meanwhile, he telling everybody, oh, she keeping my baby away from me. All right, baby was there for 2 years and you fucking destroyed her, dismantled and undid everything that I installed in her. But she was already doing that herself before she left, which is why she left. Okay? So that just ain't helped the situation at all. Okay? He would say things like, well, your family got money. Y'all the Brady Bunch family. Bitch, this is your child. And that ain't my family. How the fuck that's my family and I'm over here homeless living with you, bitch? Make it make sense. Just immature, ridiculous shit from day one. From day one. I guess that's why I'm so mature. I sat there and I took notes of how everybody was acting. And I said, I'm never going to be like that. I never want to be like that. And I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be the complete fucking opposite of these insane, crazy ass, mentally ill, fucked up people. That's what I'm going to be. Because, and the thing is, you got to separate yourself because they will literally drive you as crazy as them. That's all they know how to do. They will drive you as crazy as them. Facts. This video was way more longer than I wanted it to be. I guess I'm going to chop it down and take out some parts or try to speed it up. We'll see how this works. But at the end of the day, I wanted to document this moment while I'm in this state of mind. So I could really just let it all out there. Since everybody want to know. people who know, because you got my Facebook page. Okay? I post more on there. I haven't been posting on YouTube, but I post several things on my Facebook page. Okay? And I know that the right people are going to see it. And I ain't talking about the right people as in God's people. Oh, I didn't know. There's several messages I post this week, or should I say last week, since today is Sunday. Towards the end of the week was for special people, and they will know once they see that post. Okay. And in case I don't post this video right away, it is July 20th, 2025, on a Sunday at 10:25 a.m. This is for my documentation purposes only. What else did I want to say? So it ended in crashing and burning for Luigi. And you know what though? The whole time where he got back into my life. Why he got back into my life? Like I said, because he hunted down Kurt. When Kurt messaged me one day and he said, Is Luigi's last name Smith? I was like, no. This is why I said no. Because the fact that he knew his last name, I knew that fool done went and hit him up. But bitch, Kurt is my friend, you idiot. My friend. He don't know you. Why would you go harass this man and bother this man about, have you heard from Vicky? I can't, she did me bad, man. Me and Kurt still laugh at that shit to this day. Yes, he did. He screenshotted the message and sent it to me. She hurt me bad, man. She did me bad, man. I don't know how you guys get along like that. And me and her, we just can't do it. I'm the villain in the situation when you're going to lay down next to your baby mama. Let me get back to this. All right? So during the time where I backslid with this asshole, and this because now look, I got my own place. Finally, I got my own place. Oh, wow. I'm so proud of you. I mean, I was encouraging him to do better. I'm not your fucking mother, bro. But this is who I am. If I know you can do better, I'm going to encourage you to do better. But guess what he was taking it as? Offense. He was offended. How dare you? Then he started to slander me and call me out my name and all type of crazy shit. Okay, this is the type, child, God bless the person who have to deal with him. I'm just saying, I feel sorry for Delitha. I do. I don't understand why 20-something years this man been with you. And he refused to marry you after 4 kids. Fuck you. Fuck you. And you steady, see, bro, y'all women, listen, it's better to be alone sometime until you find a worthy opponent. It is, but I'm telling you, you don't want that. You don't want that. A lot of bad things can happen. They can come in and get you pregnant all over again. Or, how about this? The epidemic of fucking STDs on the rise. How about that? Especially right here in Charlotte. Everybody fucking everybody. Oh, yes, that's all we know how to do. At the end of the day, it could end very badly. You don't need added stress. I know enough of us are stressed out with life by itself to cause any more stress on each other. That's just absurd. We got enough pressure from the world, from our bills, from our jobs, from our children, or whatever it may be. We don't need any more. If someone comes into your life and they're not adding value, I guess they feel like motherfuckers act like I was never in no real relationships, in no real love. Matter of fact, hello, I was even married. A real commitment. I was somebody's wife. They came in here and act like that never existed, child. Like I don't know what love is. And when somebody say they love me and I can see that they truly love me. Y'all don't know what love is. I do. And I also know what it's not. Okay? And so, at the end of the day, Curtis told me about this, and this is how I got back in contact with him. And you know what? I played right into his fucking hands. And I'm going to say this. There's been several people that told me they do this to me because they know they can get under my skin quickly, easily. I'm very animated. I get very, all right, this is dumb. These motherfuckers told me this to my face. What type of demonic, yo, all right, I'm getting out of pocket. I'm getting out of pocket because I was going there for a second. Just to see the face of this person that said it to me and how they had a smirk and talking about they love challenges. What type of fucking people Satan was sending to me? Really? Really? All of this I had to battle. On top of trying to pay my bills, stay afloat, deal with my rebellious fucking teenager who's literally trying to set me up at every turn. Deal with my family, my enemies, the enemies at work. All while balancing bills and loans and still keeping that shit afloat. Bitch, find another one. Find another one that's going to do what I do. Please do. Find another one that was able to do what I did under all that pressure and no fucking support. Please do. Ain't nobody gonna make me sit up here and feel like, oh, you ain't nothing to society. Society ain't shit to me, motherfuckers. Nothing to me but a headache. How about that? I done put too much in. I'm not. Anymore. For the same fucking companies that you slave for to treat you just like what you are, a fucking slave. A slave. Slaves don't get to have no rights. Slaves don't get to ask for no more money than the fucking quarters that they giving us. What? Slaves better be grateful that they get to work in master's field. What do you mean? At least you can get the fucking leftovers. The gizzards and the chitlins and whatever the fuck else y'all still eat today off of slave food. That was the scraps that the master gave us, and we made it into some big time dish. Please. I'm so over this. I'm over it. I'm over it. I got back in contact with this man, and I cussed him the fuck out. But guess what? He loved it. He loved that he can hear my voice again. I didn't even see what the fuck I was playing into. I was so mad. I said, how dare this nigga? What the fuck you think you doing hunting down my people looking for me? Kurt don't know who you are. And then you told him not to tell me. He told me, motherfucker. You're weird. Leave people alone and leave me alone. I never could get rid of people, bro. They say Vicky don't run after nobody. Why do Vicky gotta run after somebody when everybody running after me, bitch? I'm steady trying to run away. And when I said this to this witch bitch, she was like, well, can you blame anyone, Victoria? How could you not expect people not to want to be around you? Okay, again, what type of fucking people was Satan sending to me? For real. Y'all won't believe this. Y'all think this is a fucking joke. I got all the text messages, the names, the dates, the responses. I got all my receipts, baby. Because I know that people love making up lies on me. I learned this a long time ago. If they feel some type of way about me, they're going to destroy my character. Facts. Making up all type of slanderous lies. This is what was going on at work. And this what was going on at home. In my own home, under my own nose. Where my daughter could go to school and play these games. Okay? So at the end of the day, guess what though? When God set me up, ain't none of these people going to be around me to benefit. None of them. I literally would have definitely been very generous to anybody that helped me during these years. I got one person in mind. One person in mind. And that's it. I really can't say for anybody. I mean, for real. I got one person in mind that never took advantage of my situation. Everybody else, you gave me a little $20 or whatever you gave me, I'm going to pay everybody back. including my own blood family. My adopted family didn't give me shit, never did. But I'm going to give my brother back his little money that he gave me when I ain't had no oil in my car and I couldn't even afford to register my tags. That was this year. I just sold this car at the beginning of the year. Okay? And so I'm going to give everybody back. I got my Cash App receipts. I'm going to give, but if you was here for me and you ain't, I'm going to give you more than what the fuck you gave me. Trust me, I'm going to be very generous. I'm going to bless those who blessed me in my time of need. Absolutely. This is why Satan don't want me to get my hands on nothing, because he know ain't gonna be no hungry people or homeless people around me. I'm not busy in competition with people to say, good, better them than me. I'm gonna say, fuck that shit, just like that night. Miss Clay, if you are watching this video, you can attest to this. The night that we pulled up at the Chinese restaurant, and that woman was sitting outside in the cold, in the dark, you literally had to pass her to go into the business. She was sitting right in front of the door. The parking lot was packed. It was a Friday evening at the Chinese buffet, so you know everybody's there. I seen her. I pulled up right in front of, she was perfectly placed right in front of my car. That's the parking space that she was sitting at on the curb. Why did I feel guilty? I felt guilty. I'm pulling up in a 2019 Honda Accord. Not a basic model, by the way. You see the pictures on Facebook. I'm going to throw them on YouTube. At the end of the day, I'm rolling up and I'm shining my lights on this lady who is bundled up on the curb, sitting in front of the restaurant, smelling all the food and hungry. I can't take that. I cannot take that. And I didn't take it. I got out the car. I didn't pass her. I did not pass her like everybody else did and sitting there eating their belly full. I got out the car. I went straight to her. And I said, ma'am, and Miss Clay, I know you don't like things like this. I noticed your behavior at the time where you felt shamed that I was talking to a homeless person. She was a human being, ma'am. She is a human being. Okay. At the end of the day, I got out the car. I asked her, ma'am, are you hungry? She said, yes. I said, would you like some food? She said, yes. I never carry cash on me, but I really wish I had the cash. But I said, come on in here out the cold. I dare anybody to say anything to you. I said, I will get your tray. If they don't want you at the buffet, I will, stack up as much food as I can. Don't worry about it. So I'm giving her food. I'm fixing her plate. And I go up there, everybody looking at me. Because I got this woman standing in the middle of the fucking restaurant. I'm telling you right now, if you didn't see her, you didn't want to see her. Everybody stopped and was looking at me. It was like God came down out of heaven that night. I feel like to this day, Miss Clay, you have been a part of some very, very special moments in my life that you witnessed for your own journey. You better never forget these things. That's one out of many. You already know, Miss Clay, who we are. So at the end of the day, this lady, I gave her her plate. I hugged her. And I cried. You know why? Because what the fuck is one plate of food to this woman who has nothing? Really? I cried all the way home. I said maybe I should have brought her back home with me. But you know what gave me comfort? And here's the moment of clarity when God came down from heaven that night. Me starting that chain reaction made everybody move. When I tell you everybody, even the fucking store owner came out from underneath the register and gave her free vouchers. Anytime you want, you can come in here and get, a stack of free vouchers for food. More and more people coming, giving her money here, giving her cake and juice and drink. I'm like, did nobody see this woman? Y'all all had to see her. But I glorified God. I thank God for that. It take one person. That's how I know who I am and why the devil want to pull me in the gutter. Okay? I could be in the gutter. I told you I'm called to the homeless people. I'm called to the poor people. I'm called to the needy people. I'm called to the rejected. I'm called to the outcast. Why? Because I'm that, nigga. Me from day one. That's how I know who I'm for here. I'm not for the people that got it and I'm here to strengthen the hands of the evildoers. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm here to help people who ain't got shit, but they got God. Huh? Who's to say? Be careful who you entertain. Be careful. You don't know if that was an angel in disguise. I mean, I can't explain that. I've never seen anything like that, and I helped plenty of homeless people before and never had a chain reaction happen that way. I just was baffled because I said, well, I know they had to see her. I know they had to see her. You cannot go into the restaurant without passing her. But anyway, it still wasn't enough for me. I mean, I left comforted. I left her in there. I got my food. They was, helping her. Oh, you can sit down, because some businesses, they don't want no homeless people in there to be out in the cold. They don't want them in their restaurant or in their place of business. They throw them out. As a matter of fact, up there in New York, this is why I can't take my own state, my own home. They do not let you buy food for homeless people. If they know that you using your money to buy food for homeless people, they won't sell it to you. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? It's your money, but they saying you can't do it because you're getting it for that homeless person. You know why? Because they said these homeless people are going to be standing by the door, making business bad for them. They need to go somewhere, like dogs. All right? Again, in a society full of fucking dog lovers and animal lovers, they shit on humans in a minute. I don't get it. They see a fucking dog out in the street, they crying, oh my God, help this poor thing, who would ever do this to... And they walk right by a human being. Okay? I'm tired of the fucking hypocrisy in society. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Because in Revelations, at the great white throne judgment, guess what God is saying? As he judging the entire world, guess what he's saying? When you saw me and I didn't have no clothes, no food, look it up. It's in Revelations, great white throne judgment. This is the whole purpose of what we're supposed to be doing while we're here. If people don't believe me. He said, when you saw me and I had no food, no clothes, and I was thirsty, you gave me clothes, you gave me food, and you gave me drink. The saints said to the Lord, well, when did we ever see you on earth and we gave you these things? He said, as many as you did this on earth, as many as you did it to me, because I am them. I come here for the poor. That's who he is. Remember, Lazarus and the rich man lifted up his eyes in hell. They say hell don't exist. I don't know what Bible they reading. When Christ resurrected, he didn't ascend up to heaven. He descended down into hell in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights, preaching to the souls in the hell that never heard of him before, to give them a chance, because he's a just God. And so Satan will never, ever, you can continue to make my life a living hell. I guarantee you I will never fall for your lies again. The fact that God had such grace to still allow me to be connected, because I understand the truth. Once you get the Holy Spirit, it is sealed into the day of redemption. That's why it says not to grieve the Holy Spirit. He is in us. He's stuck. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He's stuck. Okay? He's sealed. I'm going to say it like that. He's sealed within you. And God is not going to just hand out his precious Holy Spirit to just any old Tom, Dick, and Harry. He's not. He's not. The people with the Holy Spirit were predestined to have it before they were even born. Understand the new covenant, bro, and what we really here for. So, Miss Clay, all of that, you keep track of what I told you. Or how about the dreams? Huh? I'm in the house, all of my family in there. It wasn't just me and my mom and my sister. It was me, my mom, my sister, my niece, my cousin, my nephews, my great niece, my great nephew, my child. Okay? All of us in there. And I'm looking out the window. And they're in there having a good time partying, nobody paying attention. This reminds me of Leave the World Behind. Now that I think about it, it reminds me. I just watched that again the other night, where that little girl was the only one that was seeing these things before it came. She saw the signs. She paid attention. She was very aware. As she telling her dumbass parents and her doofy ass, lustful teenage brother about what's going on. They would push her off. They would shrug her. Are you crazy? What? Oh, that's just okay. Why was she the only one to survive? Did y'all see that, right? The end of the movie, when the nuke hit, she was the only one to survive. It's like the animals was leading her to that house the whole time. Okay? Because they had a whole bunker in there. Now, where them rich people at? They built themselves $1 million, well, probably billions of dollars, bunker, and they wasn't even in there to save themselves. You see what I mean? You can make all the preparations you want to try to save yourself on this earth. Wow, thank you, Father. But those who try to save their life will lose their life. And that's how I keep getting into these situations that I'm in. You will lose your life. That's it. During COVID, those who try to save their life will lose their life. It is what it is. We're appointed to die at the end of the day. It's not what we're here for, to try to extend life when it's still going to come. Death's still going to come. So, she was the only one. She was the only one who saw. And so this is how it was in my dream. I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing the entire ocean. I don't even understand how this was possible, but it was a dream. It's like somebody let loose the bands of the oceans and it started to come into the mainland and it was wiping out entire communities. And as it was hitting each house before it got to ours, it was just falling like domino bricks and the waves crashed. It was insane. And I'm looking out when I say, y'all, a flood is coming. A flood is coming. We got to get out of here. What did they do? What they do in real life? Didn't pay me no mind. Oh, please, this and that and the third. Next thing you know, I can't explain it. I was transported outside the house in the air, looking down at the house as the flood came. That flood, the way it took out the house, it wasn't like the rest of the houses. Our house, this was my childhood home. Our house was literally rent in two, straight down the middle, vertically. How can a flood do that? I mean, tore the entire house in half and then washed it away. I told Sonar about that dream. I told my sister about that dream. I don't know if they passed it around to the family. However, call me crazy, all of my dreams came to pass though. Before I moved in that house that I just got evicted from, I already had a dream about it. I was already saying this is what I want, this da, 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 da. I already had it written down on my wall about what I want, the same layout. I just want a little bit bigger rooms and I need a better closet. And it would be nice to have a private driveway. I mean, did I know this house existed in real life? No, I didn't. I didn't even know that side of Kannapolis existed. And then to make matters more crazier, once I saw the house in person, I told Sonara, is this not the house I just told you in my dream a couple of months ago? She was like, oh my God, yes, Mom. Oh, yes. Now play dumb now. Call me crazy now. Okay, cool. At the end of the day, not even that, to confirm, the street that is right on the corner of my house is literally my last name, Clay. Clay Street. This is what I mean about synchronicities and what's yours is yours and nobody gonna stop it. And the night that I moved in that house, all hell broke loose in my family. Oh, the babies took sick. They blowing up my fucking phone. Oh, we at the hospital. I gotta stop and drop and roll and do what they say. Excuse me, the movers are on the way. Y'all kept asking me because y'all were talking shit like I wasn't gonna be able to move. But y'all didn't know that I was. I'm not just saying, yo, I don't just say shit to say it. I'm not one of those, bro. All right, so y'all laugh because y'all felt like I had no money. I was this and that, struggling, yada yada. But guess what? None of my shit got turned off though until it was time for me to go, and everything turned off. Bye, I'm not there no more. But Sonar can never say that I put her through no type of evictions, homelessness, a bunch of bullshit. I was doing what I was supposed to do. She was at her daddy house for 2 years, almost a full 2 years. Already been through an eviction. When Sonar got off the bus, her fucking clothes was in garbage bags right there at the bus stop for everybody to see as they were putting their ass out the house. Now that's embarrassing. I didn't put my baby through that, but what the fuck she put me through at the end of the day. So I told them about this dream. And also I dreamt about that. Now, another thing I dreamt about recently, and I'm going to just put this out here, what's going on in the family. Something going on in the family. Mom, since y'all like to pass my videos around, I'm not stupid. Mom, you have been having dreams my entire life. And your dreams come to pass every time. In so much that people in the family say they don't want to hear your dreams because it scares them. Why? Because your dreams always have something to do with death. There's always death with you. But what I seen in my dream, okay, this was months ago. I seen you taken sick. I don't know what's going on. And I had a feeling that you was already sick before I even left. I felt like it was something that you was hiding. You're always cold and this and that and third. But at the end of the day, repent. Repent, bro. Please, repent. Not for me. You don't have to call me and tell me I'm sorry or this or that and third. Cool. Repent to God at least so he can have mercy. I cannot pray for you anymore. God will not allow me to pray for you anymore. I prayed for y'all for years, especially you, Mom. I prayed so much to God for you. Guess what God did? This before my husband got sick. God took me to heaven, and I forgot. I've been to heaven before. I just don't ever want to remember that dream because that dream showed me your judgment. We were both. I was standing on God's right side of his throne as you were standing in front of his throne, and you looked very different in a way that I've never seen you before. And I believe I told you this in person and you shrugged it off. I believe so. I could not tell you this dream. And so at the end of the day, you standing in front of God. Maybe that's why you went and tried to buy me a condo behind Kim and Shaniqua's back. Maybe that's why. Okay, I'm putting two and two together. Remember when you tried to buy me that condo behind Kim and Shaniqua's back and I said, no, I don't want this. I'm not dealing with your crazy ass daughter or your granddaughter because all they care for is your money. No, Mom, I don't want a condo. I just wanted you to be a mother. That's it. Does anybody not know how to express love anymore other than in material fucking things? You think that's going to make up for all the fuckery that you've done, Mom? Really? You standing in front of God's throne and you look petrified. Not terrified, but petrified. You are white as a ghost. The spirits that you hide behind here on earth is going to flee you on that day and leave you completely naked in front of God. And no, I'm not talking about physical clothes. I'm talking about the spirits that you wear as a mask. You know, the spirit of pride, all of that. God told me this season, He coming after the spirit of pride. He has waged war with the spirit of pride, and it's all through my family, through and through. You are going to have to be brought to your knees to remind you who the true God is. Okay? Please repent. Miss Clay, you still got time as long as you breathing. To the rest of yous, I don't have nothing to say to my sister or my niece, because y'all trifling. And y'all know y'all trifling. I got something to say to my nephew. Shane, you always had a good heart. And I was trying not to let you be corrupted. I was trying to protect you, you and Sonara. I was trying to protect y'all innocence. But as fast as I teach you, is as fast as the devil take it away, because I'm not your mama. Okay? And so now you chose to walk that path. When you wanted to send me shit about Rashad Jamal's bullshit ass TikTok page, what did you think I was going to do, nephew? You thought I was going to be ashamed of my beliefs? I went right on that ignorant nigga's page and I told him what I had to tell him. Because you, Rashad Jamal, or none of these other people are going to be able to tell me about God. You can't tell me about the Bible. I done told you, Shane, what to do. That's why whenever you had spiritual issues, you knew who to call. You couldn't talk to your mama. You couldn't talk to your grandma. Who you come call? Me. Me. Like everybody else in the family. Always calling me. But I can never call nobody else for some fucking advice. And if anything, y'all gonna give me wicked counsel. Okay? Me. Why? I was always, since I was a child, it was like I was fucking Dr. Phil or Oprah or something. Everybody running to me, telling me about this person and that person. Why? Because y'all know I cared. The only one to care. Okay? Rashad Jamal and his bullshit about the Bible talked about slaves and it was okay to have slaves and it says slaves obey your masters. And so if you saw my comment on there, which this is like a year or so ago, I said if you read the correct translation, KJV or any other, I don't know what the other translations are, but I'm KJV all the way, baby. It said servants obey your masters. It didn't say slaves obey your masters. Servants and slaves are two different things. I call myself a servant of God. But see, like Rashad Jamal, he believed, and like you telling me why God gotta come now, why he can't wait till you get old and gray and dead. You want to live your life. Who are you to tell God when to come? Huh? How long the earth been here? How more long he gotta wait until it gets way out of control? Absolutely not. 2,000 years ago he came. And that started the end. It is what it is. The servants that the scriptures were referring to were nothing more than the nannies and the stay-at-home nannies today. We have nannies. We paid them for their services. The servants were paid. They were treated as one of the family members. And so much that sometimes the masters would have babies with them to blend families, like Abraham, and so on and so forth. these people were not slaves. Okay, then we're going to call the nannies, the in-home nannies, slaves then today. Come on now, let's be real. Everybody had servants back then. And then to this day, the only people that got servants now is the rich people. They got maids. Are they slaves? Is the maid slaves? That's all I wanted to know. So the foolishness in this family, where everybody talk about God this and God that, like you, Mom, about God blessing you. Which anytime you talk about God, is always money. Nobody can take my checks away but God. Okay, that's what you say. Well, while you worrying about a fucking check, you need to worry about your life to make sure that you could still be here to spend the next check that come in the mail. How about that? We got it backwards. We got it real backwards. Y'all did a lot of shit that y'all gonna have to pay for. And y'all know y'all wrong. And just like I said in this message, I did nothing to deserve. I said I went through so much unnecessary shit because of y'all. I begged y'all that day, why do y'all hate me so much? I don't understand what I ever done. This and that and the third. See, this is how you know you under narcissistic control, when you're blaming yourself of the abuse that they are putting onto you. And then everybody wants to focus on reactive abuse. That's a real thing. Reactive abuse is a real thing. Try being raised by a narcissist. Hell, try having a narcissist as a boss. You know, you would hate your job, let alone being raised by one. So at the end of the day, I think that we all need to repent. I need to repent. You guys need to repent. The world needs to repent. But see, here's the difference. Your intentions were pure wickedness. Wicked intentions. You can't say that about me. Okay? And then you're going to use my child to continue on. Like I told you, if Sonara think that she's going to continue 3 fucking decades of abuse, you got another thing coming. I did too much for this child for her to disrespect me, of all people, as she watched. And that's where she got it from. You guys taught her, trained her, and raised her to go against me. Everything I was teaching Sonara and I would say in my face, y'all would sit there and undermine me in front of my child. Oh, please, don't listen to your mama. You could do that. What? You're way out of pocket. Now you deal with her. You wanted to be in control so that you deal with her. Don't call me talking about Sonara won't do nothing. All she do is lay in the bed all day. She not doing that. She this and that. And I need this and that third. Okay, don't tell me you went and you got my child behind my back. So you deal with her. When I was sitting there telling y'all about what I was dealing with Sonara, y'all told me, well, she need to get a job. Tell her to get a job. And this same bitch gonna turn around and tell me, well, mommy, you need to get a job. You see the gaslighting and the evil bullshit? Like I didn't have a job already that she fucked up for me. Huh? Anyway, this is entirely too long. I'm out.